going to talk about, we are going to analyze what, or at least try to analyze two stories. Stories, what's in the name and past. What's in the name is a story by Sue Kurachova, is a Czech author, and past is by Ania Walwitz. She's Polish. Both stories are post-colonial stories. Both writers moved to Australia and lived there. Okay, I'm going to start with what's in the name. This is a story that talks about Eve Rochorskova, an immigrant from Czech Republic. She moves to Australia, and she's a lecturer. Wait, because it's not recording. Yes. Oh, no, yes, it is.
Okay.
It is. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, Eve is a lecturer, and the story talks about this woman. She has a telephone conversation with Mr. McIntosh, and she has to spell her surname. It's a Czech surname, Rochorskova. And while she's spelling this name, she makes allusions of each of the letters of her surname. For example, when she says, the surname starts with R for Raven, Mr. McIntosh. She says that, but then she thinks, or for the rat, I can smell in this conversation already. She perceives that she's not fully accepted, but this man, Mr. McIntosh, who is a man of British origin. And there are another examples of this, and I want to read one of them, one more. The next is O, again for opinion, Mr. McIntosh. That is what she says. And then she thinks, yes, you are full of this, full of opinions. Everybody seems to know what is best for me, how I should feel, and what I should do. Okay? And she continues spelling her surname, making these allusions of what the other person can think about her surname, foreign surname. In this story, we can point out the theme of displacement. She feels displaced, she feels out of place because of she feels that she's not at home, she's not in her place, and she has to adapt herself to this. And there is an example that says, I have the next letter is O for ostrich, again Mr. McIntosh. And she thinks, now it will be you who will hide in the sand, unable to face the daily reality of your double identity, the one of your past and the other of your present. That is the displacement that we can see there, the feeling that she has about it. McIntosh asks her if she's married, as if the marriage would save her to be someone. Pim, 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 pim. Yes. Yes. If she's married, if she gets married, she would be saved. And for the rest of the people, it would be better to pronounce her name, her surname, that is a foreign surname. Okay, I think that this is all for this, for what is the name. What's in the name? Okay, now we go to the other story that is past. Well, to understand this, I don't know exactly if it is a story, it's a piece of writing. We have to place ourselves in time. The piece of writing takes place during the First World War. How we discovered this? It was through the different names of the cities and the dates the author mentions through her writing. She starts, I say she because Anna is who writes the piece of writing, let's say. She starts explaining that her grandfather is dancing. All the story has a symbolism of a typical dance, and I will show it to you, that reflects the religion, the Turkish religion practiced in Turkey during that time. Let's see.
Wait.
Okay, the name of this dance is dervish. Well, let's see.
Wait. Wait a second. That is dervish.
The dervish, yes. This is a way of worship. So it's a religious practice, yes. Okay. We believe, or we understood, her grandfather is dancing, and she mentions that is whirling or twirling. As you could see, this is the way the dance takes place. The main idea of this piece of writing is showing how all the countries were moving one another because of the war. And the countries mentioned are Russia, Turkey, Austro-Hungarian communities, Jewish, Catholics, Orthodox, Ukrainian. All of them are mentioned because cities are mentioned, dates are mentioned, meaning the attacks or the troops coming or going, marching, walking. And we associate this movement with the movement the dance has. Because as you could see, all men turn or twirl, and that is what happened to her family, to Anna's family, because she mentions that in a moment her grandfather is in Turkey while her father is in Russia, while her mother is working in a German office with the last Nazi. The main point in the story is the displacement. Families are spread, and in a way grandfather and father became enemies because they were in different countries. She fell in love with a Polish man who could not pronounce her name. So this is the result of wars, during wars and after wars. I also checked the meaning of refugee. That could be interesting to consider. And it says that in the broadest sense, the term refugee refers to any member of a civilian population obliged by war, persecution, famine, or other catastrophe to leave his or her home. Official and legal definitions of refugee tend to be narrower, reflecting political considerations such as the application of state obligations and questions of national sovereignty. Blah, blah, blah. The Russian Empire says that refugees are those persons who have abandoned localities threatened or already occupied by the enemy, or who have been evacuated by the order of the military or civil authority from the zone of military operations. Blah, blah, blah. The point is that the piece of writing is written with no punctuation marks, no capital letters, and it has been mentioned through all the piece of writing that her grandfather dances. Any piece of information and her grandfather dances. And we believe that the punctuation marks that are not there show the way of the movement that the dancing has. Okay?
Carmela.
Chuchu!
Your turn, Carmela.
¿Qué tenés que decir, hija?
Look at the...
Vení.
There.
And now?
Bye bye.
Bye.
Y ahora que cantamos.
And now we are the champions.
Okay, we are the champions, my friends. We are the champions till the end.
We are the champions.
We are the champions. Oh, fun to know that we are the champions.
To the end.
And
Bye, Deborah.